Congressman Fitzpatrick voted for would defund Medicaid, and it would change Medicare into some kind of privatization program with a voucher for people that wouldn't equal the rising costs of care. So it's going to be forcing people out of care, essentially ending both programs. So that's what we're here to deal with. Is it your children?
Where do we go?
Where do we go? So those are the questions that we're asking the Congressman all this month, because we've asked him to do a series of town halls dedicated specifically to explain his vote on this issue around the county, around the district. He hasn't said he would yet. He hasn't said he wouldn't, but he hasn't said he would. And so we're bringing the questions to him. We need to hear from experts who say, well, gee, what's going to happen when after 10 years Medicaid is cut 33%? Families USA says that's going to cost Pennsylvania 80,000 jobs. In this climate, does anybody here think we can afford to lose 80,000 jobs? No.
There's a very good justification for Mike to have a town hall meeting. I worked at the Temperance House right over here in Newtown yesterday. I'm a musician. And I got in a conversation with some of the other musicians about this. And next thing you know, we have the patrons at the restaurant talking about this. It's amazing how many common people have very strong feelings about these issues and about what government's doing. And they're really wondering, when government decided that it had no obligation to people who made less than $300K a year. They're wondering what happened to our representative government and what happened to their concern for the middle class and lesser fortunate people.
What happens when you hand a voucher to someone who's headed into dementia and have them go talk to an insurance company? That's absolutely absurd on the face of it.
Yep.
Let's get the elevators. Why not?
I'm not ignoring you. I'm just letting you do your job. Right.
Has he said to you he would be willing to do any of these town halls that we've been asking for?
He's not going to commit himself to town halls and setups. I mean,
Why not?
because I'm looking at Robin, who's just standing here with her camera trying to get a photo of her.
Oh, really? Is this the problem?
I am not.
We still don't have a word from the Congressman about a series of town halls that he'll do. Is that right? We're not going to leave here hearing that he's going to do a series of town halls?
I'm not making any commitments on
Is he going to contact, say, Robin to discuss it?
I'm not going to make a commitment on his behalf on those.
Are you going to ask the Congressman if he will have 4 town halls on Medicare and Medicaid?
And the Ryan vote and how that vote impacts it. That's the important part. We need a town hall that explains to the people his vote and the implications of that vote. The Families USA study came out, 80,000 jobs lost in 10 years. That's not nothing. I don't think Pennsylvania can afford to lose 80,000 more jobs. Apparently the Congressman does. Okay? And yet he took a vote that Families USA says is going to result, if it were law tomorrow, in 10 years from now, in 80,000 lost jobs. Okay? A 5% cut to Medicaid is going to lead to 12,000 jobs lost in Pennsylvania. This is a job, I hate to use the phrase, but it's a job-killing vote. And he took it. And he has to explain why. And then he has to explain how people are going to have their Medicaid funded, how they're going to have their nursing homes funded if Medicaid's cut 33%. Are their children going to be responsible for care? We need to hear from nursing homes. He needs to be up on a panel with nursing home people explaining how Medicaid works, who's on Medicaid, what's going to happen if it's cut 33%. That's what we need to hear, because that's the vote he took. So it's incumbent upon him to educate the public about these radical votes he takes.
Congressman Fitzpatrick came to Ann's Choice and he gave his presentation on balancing the budget, which was very biased. He answered about 6 questions and then he left. Right. And he didn't really explain anything about the why he voted the way he did or what consequences it would be. And I tried to ask him a few questions and he answered 2 of my questions partially, mostly I don't know, and then he wouldn't call on me anymore. So
there's confusion and there's concern in the district, specifically about these issues. And it's not just our issue. This is an issue for the entire district. Anybody who may be disabled, anybody who plans to be elderly, anybody who doesn't plan to be disabled but might end up disabled and need long-term care, that's all Medicaid. All right? Anybody who knows people that are low income, that's Medicaid.
And even if you're not, you're always one accident away. And that's it.